Today we are going to have a meeting concentrated in three issues: the situation in Gaza, Ukraine, and Armenia-Azerbaijan. But after, we will have a specific meeting together with the Western Balkans ministers. And at the end of the council, we will have a short meeting with Sultan Al-Jaber, the president of COP28, in order to follow up how the work for this climate issue is going. So, Gaza, Ukraine, Armenia, Azerbaijan, COP28, and Western Balkans. Yesterday we worked the whole day in order to be able to issue a statement at 27. And I am happy to say that we managed to put together the 27 member states in a joint statement. You know how difficult it has been on the last times after the vote on the United Nations, where the countries were voted in different ways, to present a completely united approach. That's what I've been working during the whole weekend in order to get a 27 statement. In this 27 statement, we ask for an immediate pauses. I'm saying that in plural, not a single one, but several ones, pauses. But it is an adjective. It's immediate pauses and humanitarian corridors to be established in order to face the dire situation of the people in Gaza. We ask Israel to show maximum restraint in order to save civilian lives. We condemn the use by Hamas of people at hospitals as shields, but also we express our concern for the dire situation of the hospitals that are being heavily affected by the bombing. I think this is the summary of an important common statement. I repeat one again, by the 27, and asking for immediate humanitarian pauses in order to facilitate that aid could come into Gaza. Because Gaza needs more aid from any point of view: water, fuel, food. This aid is available, is in the border, waiting to come in. This is about Gaza. Then about Ukraine. Don't forget about Ukraine. The fight continues. Kyiv has already been bombed. Russia attacked a civilian ship on the Black Sea corridor that was transporting grain. Our support is increasing. I can tell you that it has reached the level of 27 billion on military support. It is the highest figure ever reached. We continue training Ukrainian soldiers. We continue being behind Ukraine. Then we'll talk with Sultan Al-Jaber about the climate and have a meeting, a separated meeting with the Western Balkans ministers in order to show how important is this region, to discuss about the recent proposals of the Commission for Enlargement, insist on the need of following closer our foreign policy. Some countries has not a bright record on alignment with our foreign policy and sanctions, and this will be the whole program for today.
Are you afraid that the Middle East conflict is going to erase the Ukraine conflict for Europe?
Now, both conflicts are completely different on their nature. In any case, can you compare what's happening in Ukraine with what's happening in Gaza? But it's clear that the perception of the world has to be taken very much into consideration and avoid the accusation of double standards.
Sir, everyone stresses that Israel has the right to defend itself. Everyone says Israel has the right to defend itself in line with humanitarian law. But what do you make of Hamas using hospitals as their shield, as their commando centers?
That's what we said in our statement. Our statement touches all these issues. We condemn the use of Hamas as hospitals and people as human shields, and on the other hand, we ask Israel for maximum restraint and targeting in order to avoid human casualties.
Mr. High Representative, the European Commission recommended the European Council candidate status for Georgia and opening negotiations for Moldova and Ukraine. How would you comment on this importance of this step for our country?
It speaks by itself. It speaks by itself how important it is that the European Commission has proposed to open negotiations with Ukraine. This will create a movement and will push the whole queue of people queuing on becoming members. There is the obstacle of the Serbia-Kosovo negotiations, but the dynamics created by Ukraine path to membership will affect the whole process of the whole candidates that were in a kind of a stalemate. Let me say you that today in the meeting we are not going to talk only about the dire situation in Gaza. We should start thinking about the solution for the post-war. And this is something that the ministers should, from my understanding, to concentrate on the discussion. What's going to happen after, what and how we can deal with Gaza, not only to reconstruct, but to offer an integrated solution to the Palestinian issue. This is the real political problem that we have to face, which is the definitive solution to the conflict between Israel and Palestine that has reached this high level of horror. We have to look for the peace among them. The solution for Gaza cannot be an isolated solution. I will explain to the ministers what I think about it, what I think we could happen, what we should support, and what we should reject. I'm going to present several yeses and several noes. I will tell you after the meeting.
Mr. High, about Georgia, please.
I cannot answer 10 people at the same time.
About Georgia, I asked.
Well, look, I think I told you everything I should to talk. The ministers yesterday asked for an immediate pause. Yesterday, the ministers asked for an immediate pause on a joint communication which explains the common position of the 27. This is the common position of the 27.
One important aspect of the West Bank. What do you make of that?
Yes, we are very supportive.